Big news for Blizzard here. We're going to go over this article. I'm going to read it to you guys, and then I've got a lot to say. This is pretty wild. A year and a half after its bitter breakup with NetEase, Blizzard has made a new deal to bring its games back to China with NetEase. In other words, Blizzard's games are set to return to China this summer. After being gone for more than a year, Blizzard's biggest games will soon return to China. Blizzard confirmed tonight that it has struck a new deal with NetEase to bring all the games covered by the previous publishing agreement, including World of Warcraft, Hearthstone, and other titles in the Warcraft, Overwatch, Diablo, and StarCraft universe. In other words, all their games back to the Chinese market. The new deal will take effect this summer. We at Blizzard are thrilled to reestablish our partnership with NetEase and to work together with deep appreciation for the collaboration between our teams to deliver legendary gaming experiences to China. Blizzard President Jonah Ferries, I think that's how you say her name, said in a statement, "We are immensely grateful for the passion the Chinese community has shown for Blizzard games throughout the years, and we are focused on bringing our universes back to players with excellence and dedication." NetEase began publishing Blizzard games in mainland China in 2008, but that deal expired in January 2023 and was not renewed. Each company naturally pointed the finger at one another. NetEase said it put in a great deal of effort and tried with our utmost sincerity to negotiate with Activision Blizzard, but that material differences on key terms prevented a new deal from being reached. Blizzard said NetEase was to blame for the shutdown because it wasn't willing to extend the existing deal by another 6 months, while Blizzard looked for someone else to take the reins. So, in case you're confused by this, you cannot operate in China as a Western game developer without a Chinese publishing partner, which would also, all Chinese companies have like a member of the Communist Party. So there's a lot of government control of companies, and especially in gaming, there are certain things, like in some games you can't have blood, or certain, even like philosophical ideas expressed in the games. So in order to have like a filtration process inside of China, you have to go through a Chinese publisher that will then oversee the game's distribution. So NetEase is a massive company inside of China. A couple huge gaming companies inside of China. Tencent is another one. They have a stake in almost everything that you see. But yeah, they dropped that deal. And when that deal was dropped earlier on in 2023, that meant that you could not play Blizzard games in China at all. Continuing on with the article, rumors of the new deal first surfaced by way of leaked photo posted on Twitter by the CNYer via Kotaku, purporting to show NetEase CEO Ding Lei in a meeting with new Blizzard president Jonah Ferries, who took over the role in January of 2024. The account also said NetEase was expected to announce the return of Blizzard games to the Chinese market on April 10. A short time later, the South China Morning Post reported the same thing, citing a person familiar with the matter and local media reports. The SCMP report echoed CNYer in saying that the new deal will be announced on April 10th, but claimed that Blizzard games won't actually return to China for at least another month. Now it's official, and it's not an entirely unexpected outcome. Activision Blizzard has said multiple times since the expiration of the NetEase deal that it remains committed to the Chinese market, but it may have been the company's acquisition by Microsoft, approved by the Chinese government in May of 2023, ahead of both the UK's Competitions and Markets Authority and the US Federal Trade Commission, which it is still fighting, that helped finally get the deal done. There were some with the FTC, as well as like the UK Markets and Authority. There was a debate on whether or not the Microsoft acquisition of Blizzard Entertainment would be a monopoly in the gaming sector, which I don't think there's a good argument that it is still, even though it's a big catch for Microsoft, and Microsoft is already huge in the gaming space. To close the article out, guys, Blizzard and NetEase have done incredible work to renew our commitment to players. Blizzard's universes have been part of players' lives in the region for many years. Microsoft Gaming's CEO Phil Spencer said, returning Blizzard's legendary games to players in China while exploring ways to bring more titles to Xbox demonstrates our commitment to bring more games to more players around the world. So, we all know Blizzard has been in free fall for some time now. everybody, with the exception of, I think, one or two people that I knew at Blizzard, and I knew over 100 people from the old Blizzard, they're all gone. They're at Dreamhaven. They're at Frost Giant. They're at other game companies. And, you know, it's wild how bad things got. When a lot of those layoffs happened, it caused a chain reaction, which even more people left Blizzard. I remember GSL not being on for like 5 months because we were still waiting for someone at Blizzard to sign the contract so we could then do the GSL. I think this was in 2023. It was weird because, you know, normally I have a GSL, and, you know, GSL is pretty small now by comparison to what it was before, but, you know, I'd always have a regular GSL that was pop up, and I remember there was this long period of time where there was just no work for me in Korea because we couldn't get this contract signed. We had the players ready to go. The studio was ready to go. I was ready to cast, but Blizzard was in such chaos. We couldn't get this stupid fucking contract signed by anybody to get our show renewed. Something very, and I don't know the full details of this, but something very similar happened with NetEase, where nobody knew what was going on. And the result was that they had to discontinue showing Blizzard games in China. Now, I think you guys probably already know this, but I'll say it anyways. The Chinese market is so massive, it's insane that they actually dropped the ball on this. StarCraft 2 is massive in China, and we're a small game by comparison to other major games that are out there. So this goes to show you how bad it got by Blizzard. This news is really good news for Blizzard's sake. I don't know if Blizzard's ever going to be anywhere near as good as the old Blizzard was. But the reality is that this is probably some of the first good news that's actually happened with Blizzard. I know they got that new CEO, Jonah Ferries. I don't have a very strong opinion of her. I believe the CEO before that was Ybarra, who's no longer in this position. But this is at least a sign that Blizzard is starting to sort out a lot of the bad things that have happened. And this was definitely the first big step to do that. So now they're going to be able to recapture that huge share of the Asian market. And we'll see what they're going to fix next. But I think over the few months, and I guess through all of 2024, we should be watching to see what Blizzard is going to continue to fix here. They did axe whatever that like MMO survival crafting RPG was they were making. So it seems like they're in cleanup mode, not so much in game publishing or development mode right now. But this is pretty big news. As an example of how bad this was, I was casting IEM Katowice the week before this, when I was in Poland. The week before this, they got dropped, so they couldn't have their games in China. Oliveira won and beat Maru in the finals. When a Chinese player wins a major tournament, it causes a huge explosion of the game's popularity in China. So this was like a huge L for Blizzard, that a Chinese player wins and they literally don't even have the Chinese servers up. So all these Chinese fans that are watching who could be inspired by this guy, they can't even get onto the Chinese servers to play. So, I mean, a massive L there. Anyways, I am hoping that as Blizzard starts to return and improve on what is basically a situation that probably can't even get worse than it already is. I think you can only go up from here. It's nice to see that things are finally coming together. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoy this kind of content, be sure to like and subscribe. Yeah, have a good day out there. This is a Zergling upgraded shirt, upgrades shirt. You can get that at my merch shop, tastelessthreads.com. Stay safe out there, and I hope to see you in a future video. Bye-bye.